you one of those guys on New Year's Eve who proclaimed that things would be different in 2017? A new beginning, a new hope, and most importantly, a new female companion? Alas, based on my pal James, clearly some men are, well, how can the Menzoid put this delicately, non-dateable? These are the guys who ask a lady out, but there's never a second date. Then these aspiring Romeos ask themselves, was it something I said? Was it something I wore? Was it something I did? And the answer, guys, is yes, yes, and yes. Thus, as a service to strikeout artists like poor James, here's a top 10 rundown of what not to do if you plan on securing a date before 2018. Hair. Now, if you embrace the mullet, you may as well have a piece of straw hanging from your mouth. Put another way, take a gander at the headshots of the CEOs heading up Fortune 500 companies. You won't find a single executive embracing a hairstyle that screams Jerry Springer show. Now, the only thing worse than the mullet is the mullet's evil twin, the skullet. The skullet features a bald head up front with long hair tied into a ponytail in the back. To quote Colonel Kurtz of Apocalypse Now, the horror, the horror. Speaking of Kurtz, if you are indeed balding, you must embrace the design philosophy of less is more and completely shave your head. Bald is beautiful compared to the skullet or the equally appalling poached egg look. Wheels. Nothing screams sexy more than a convertible. Convertibles convey that fun in the sun vibe. But if you plan to buy or rent a convertible to impress the opposite sex, please steer clear of one particular ragtop. That would be the Volkswagen New Beetle convertible. This car is just way, way too feminine for a straight man to drive. Even its design screams girly girl. For instance, look at those bubble-like fenders that suggest heaving breasts. Look at the dashboard that actually has a freaking flower holder. You may as well wear a dress driving this ride, guys. Camouflage apparel, unless you're in the armed forces and just back from Kandahar province, camouflage does not whisper sexy, rather it screams Unabomber. Hawaiian shirts. There's only one place Hawaiian shirts work. Hawaii. Correction. Hawaiian shirts are even too garish for Hawaii. One word comes to mind when spotting a man wearing capri pants. That word is terrifying. Sweatpants. Even fancy designer sweatpants are essentially pajamas, folks. Only two groups of people can get away with wearing pajamas in public: infants and mental patients. Footwear. Now, some shoes guarantee there'll never be a second date. For example, the crime against humanity that is socks with sandals. You only get to wear this combo if you're over 75. Also, avoid walking shoes with Velcro fasteners. Do you really want to wear something that suggests you can't tie a knot? Or that you can't wait for that time in life in which you'll score the seniors discount at Denny's? Then there's accessories. Simply put, the Menzoid doesn't care how much crap you have to lug around. But if you dare to wear a fanny pack in 2017, it's over, Johnny. Besides, all you need on a date is a driver's license, a credit card, and a wad of cash, all of which fits nicely into a single pocket. Then there's topics of conversation. 2 words guarantee the date will end in flames with 99% of all women. Science fiction. Look, the Menzoid loves good sci-fi such as Battlestar Galactica or the J.J. Abrams reboot of Star Trek. But science fiction is really a guy thing. If you start talking about Klingons, no chick is ever going to cling on to you. Then we have money. Finally, forget everything you've been taught about gender equality, because as a male on a date, you will be doing the driving, you will be paying for the tickets to the show, and you will be paying for the dinner. Every single penny. The Menzoid does not care if you must visit Vinny on Pier 5 to acquire the necessary funding, because if you plan to utter the following phrase, "Let's go Dutch," your relationship will be deader than disco by the time the waiter returns with the check. So in summary, there are so many other date killers out there. including oversized novelty belt buckles, excessive body piercings, girly girl sunglasses, bandanas, Bill Cosby-style multicolored sweaters, bling-bling jewelry, and finally, the dreaded plumber pants look, i.e. jeans that sag so much it appears as though the moon is coming out early. Alas, if any of these elements are part of your ensemble, it may indeed already be too late. You're welcome. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.